Course B1P18. Feature Groups. Positioning Coordinate Systems. General Patterning. Complex constructions can contain several hundred features and should be structured. Using feature groups, such structures can be created and the construction becomes clear and comprehensible. Feature groups combine features as a group and can be patterned, changed, added to or colored together. The patterning of the feature groups is done in this course via coordinate systems that allow individual orientation for each copy. Foreword. The corner bearing consists of a base body and several receivings for guide bushes with clamps. For the sake of clarity, the base body and the receivings should be combined in feature groups. The customer defaults allow history-based feature groups, but also feature groups that can be freely moved in the history. Against the background of a uniform working method, but also in order to obtain data models that are as stable as possible, the following setting is recommended in the customer defaults. Adapt customer defaults. Click File, Utilities, Customer Defaults. Then on Modeling, Feature Group, and activate Prefer Sequential Timestamp Order and Timestamped Only. With these settings, history-dependent feature groups are created, which, like features, have a fixed place in the part navigator. After clicking OK, start NX again. If you do not have the right to change the settings, you can still complete the course, but the feature groups will behave differently when you change them. The course will go into this later. Create base body. Let's start with the first sketch on the XC plane. The base body has a symmetrical cross-section. Therefore, it is sufficient to sketch only one half. Then mirror the sketch. Create all dimension. And extrude the profile. If you select the option Symmetric Value when extruding, the base coordinate system remains in the center of the body. Create holes. Next come the holes. Create a sketch centered on the surface. You can define the positions of the screw holes in the sketch using a rectangle. Then set a point at each corner. But one of the screw holes is offset by 5 mm. This prevents the component from being mounted sideways. In the whole menu, select Project Point onto Target. For fitting holes, select Custom. Create the points on the horizontal sketch axis and create the relation, make vertical. The last step is to create the 4 chamfers. Create feature group. With this, the basic body is finished and is now combined into a feature group. In the Part Navigator, first select the sketch, and, while holding down the Shift key, select the chamfer. This selects all the features in between. Right-click in the selected area, and select Feature Group from the context menu. In the left window, all selectable features are shown, and in the right window the already selected features. With the arrows, selected features can be moved to the other side. A name must be entered in the field Feature Group Name. Enter the name Base Body. If you tick the box Embedded Feature Group Members, the features will only be presented in the group after you click OK, and not outside the group. If you want to continue working in the group and assign all new form elements directly to the group, the setting, Make this group active helps. Click OK to create the feature group. With a click on the cross in the Part Navigator, the group can be expanded and packed again. Receivings. Now the 4 identical receivings are to be constructed. Of course, only one receiving is constructed, and this is then copied to the target positions. The position points are defined by sketch points and the orientations by coordinate systems. This way, each copy can later have a variational position and orientation. Determine positions. Create a sketch on the surface and dimension the 2 points. Repeat the steps on the side face. Determine orientations. Create datum CSYS at the 4 positions with the option plane, x-axis, point. Select the respective surface of the point as the plane, the absolute x-axis as the x-axis, and the sketch point as the point. Pay attention to the setting associative. Name the reference coordinate systems with position 1, 2, 3, and 4. Create receivings. Now create the hole 40 at position 1. The bore diameter is 40 mm, and the bore depth is 52 mm. Position the hole on the origin of the coordinate system. Create the next hole with a diameter of 38 mm, and the depth option, through body. Also position this hole on the origin of the coordinate system. When creating the 38 hole, the surface for aligning the hole direction is missing. Change the hole direction to along vector, and select as vector the z-axis of the coordinate system and reverse the direction, or select the absolute minus z-axis. And deselect project point onto target. Place the pocket sketch on the XY plane of position 1 to fix the sketch origin to the reference coordinate system. Create a rectangle using the from center rectangle method. Select the sketch origin as the center. Create the pocket with the extrude command. Make the sketch internal. Blend the corners. Create the two M6 threaded holes. Again, select the XY plane of position 1 as the origin for the sketch. Points can also be mirrored. Create only one point and mirror it. This way a single measure is enough. What do you think? Should all steps be shown, like here, or is a short overview enough? Write us a comment. The receiving is ready and can now be combined into a feature group. Mark the required work steps and assign the name receiving. General pattern. Now the receiving can be copied to the other three positions. Start the command pattern feature. Select the feature group receiving in the part navigator. Select General as the layout. Select from Location, Coordinate System, and select Position 1. Under 2, also select CSYS and select positions 2, 3, and 4. Select Follow Pattern as orientation so that not only the positions but also the orientations are adjusted to the copies. And one more important setting, select Variational as the pattern method, otherwise subsequent changes to the original will not be passed on correctly. Click OK. Color feature groups. Feature groups can be colored. To do this, right-click on the feature group and select Assign Feature Group Color. Select Specify Color to assign a color and Colorless to delete such an assignment later. Click on the Color field to select a color. Under Processing, select Group and All Members and click OK. Change feature groups. Through the feature groups, you have the possibility to make changes centrally even later. Also, further work steps can be added and thus passed on to the copies. Example: the upper edges of the receiving are to be chamfered. Simply select the edges on the original and move the work step to the feature group. And all copies are provided with a chamfer. The color is also adopted. To also color the copies completely, select the pattern feature and in the context menu assign feature color. Groups within groups. Of course, groups can also be created in groups. To do this, either create the features first, then group them, and move the new group into another group. Or select features within the group and combine them into a new group. This way, the new group is immediately in the already existing group. Timestamp. Due to the settings made at the beginning, the feature groups created here have a fixed timestamp, i.e. a fixed place in the history of the part navigator. It is therefore not possible to move the receiving group before the basic body group. It is also possible to create freely movable groups that can be moved at will in the history. As tempting as this may seem at first, with more complex modeling the effects of individual changes are hard to see through later. Conclusion. Without feature groups, the parts navigator looks like a cash register receipt. The groups not only create structure and clarity, the complete groups can be patterned and also supplemented and changed. Thus, at an early stage of development, the orientations can be defined, and later the groups can be supplemented.